strength and compassion in a world of love and heavens above, heavens above, heavens above, heavens above.
Success and for my God.
got the whole wide world in his hands. He's got the whole wide world in his hands. He's got you and me, sister, in his hands. He's got the whole wide world in his hands. Come on.
Just another day to me, and I don't know where it's coming from. Don't know where it's coming from. So I'll just do what I please, and if I don't, I'll just leave. Don't tell me I'm in the wrong, 'cause you don't know where I'm coming from. Just jealous talk and jealousy, just another day to me, and I don't know where it's coming from. Don't know where it's coming from. Laying it on the line. Laying it on the line. Laying it on the line. I ain't waiting around to die. I'm laying it on the line. Laying it on the line. Laying it on the line. I ain't waiting around to die. Oh, come on. Feed it to people. I just wanna take it all. Don't tell me I'm in the wrong. You don't know where I'm coming from. 'Cause I've been scorned and I've been bruised. I've been told I'm gonna lose. Well, I'll just keep on keeping on. Keep on keeping on. Laying it on the line. Laying it on the line. Laying it on the line. I ain't waiting around to die. Laying it on the line. I ain't laying it on the line. Laying it on the line. I ain't waiting around. yours is the feud. Well, I'm coming after you. He brings a certain kind of beauty. Money makes money, but what if you're born with nothing? Makes it the underdog. Yeah, I'm from a different league. Oh, you're the underdog. Hey. Tired of greedy bodies. Sleeping 6 feet tall, while others just crawl. You know, you can't paper over the branches from the cash into the mattress. Woo! Your daughter's fat. You're good looking too, and you're in a book. The boogie boogie book. The boogie boogie who's here as well. I'm coming all over you. Beauty brings a certain kind of beauty. Money makes money, but what if you're born with nothing? Makes it the underdog. From a different league. Well, beauty brings a certain kind of beauty. Hey, our money makes.
If you're going for broke, yeah, make sure you don't choke. R.I.P. Mr. Dr. John walking on the gilded splitters.
Is this cultural appropriation or pure flattery? Cause they say the highest form of flattery is pure imitation. Maybe I'm the dilettante or a connoisseur that only operates at the high altitude of forward clarity. And if so, I conclude the revolution's being televised. Amen, Mr. Gil Scott Heron. And with that can I conclude, you're a slave to the algorithm. You're a fiend to the feed. The endless stream that reverberates in every household, leaving the recipient spellbound, like a dog chasing its own tail, but never having its own thoughts. Air traffic. Air traffic. I love y'all. But the words just fail me. Oh, right. You know that I try. But the words just fail me. Oh, right. And the ones that I love the most is when the words just fail me. All right. So you keep me out in the dark, 'cause the words just fail me. Alright, right.
How can you convey any feelings if you're staring at the ceiling?
Tell me, how do you see the light? When you said, maybe you're better off dead, 'cause the words are failing you. Well, you know it's alright, right. 'Cause I knew what you needed all along, but the words just fail me. Alright, right.
Привет, друзья.
Hello, guys.
Совсем ясно.
Hello.
Привет. Я знаю, что совсем недавно вы выступали на фестивале Glastonbury.
So I know that recently you've been performing at Glastonbury Fest.
И с какими ощущениями выходишь на сцену такого большого фестиваля?
And how do you feel when you go to the scene of such a big festival?
I mean, the first time I went to Glastonbury, I was 16 years old, and and I went, and it was the most amazing experience with all my friends, getting up to Mischief. So.
Впервые я там побывал, когда мне было всего 16 лет, так что я получил просто удивительные впечатления вместе со своими друзьями.
I remember thinking that after like I'll play next year. It didn't happen for so long. It didn't happen for a long time, so I suppose you have to constantly remind yourself, and what we do, that you've tried to do it for so many years, so when you do get the opportunity to really take it in and respect it, really.
Тогда мы просто не осознавали, что происходит, но сейчас, когда прошло столько лет, мы понимаем, что это была просто огромная возможность выступить на той сцене.
Могли бы вы сравнить то выступление с выступлением на сегодняшнем фестивале «Боль»?
And can you compare that performance at Glastonbury with your performance today at Bolь Fest?
There was a lot more stress at Glastonbury trying to get in, and this one was just kind of like, oh, we're here. It kind of felt like we shouldn't have been here, And we really enjoyed today. It was great. It was kind of a shock because we'd never been here before, so it was like, wow. Do you know what I mean? It was great.
Ну, поскольку мы никогда до этого здесь не выступали, то для нас это все-таки было немножко удивительно, и мы не можем прям так сравнить, но вот сегодня мы вышли, это было просто что-то такое вау для нас.
А чего вы ожидали от концерта в Москве и что увидели?
So, what were you expecting from a fest in Moscow, and what have you seen here?
Well, I went out last night. I went to a house party next to a motorway. Went to a Mexican bar. Went to a party where it was a private party, and I had a free drink. And then people came up to me like, "What are you doing here?" I was like, "I don't know." They said it's a private party. You'll have to leave. But they gave me the address for a Mexican restaurant, a Mexican bar. Drank there, met some people, went to a house party, met some lovely people. It's great. Yeah.
Ну, вчера я просто вышел в город погулять и попала на вечеринку просто к каким-то незнакомым людям. Мне дали просто бесплатный напиток, я там выпиваю, меня спрашивают, что ты тут делаешь? А я говорю, да я вообще не знаю. Мне тогда дали адрес одного мексиканского бара, я вышел просто в мексиканский бар, вот так вот просто я погулял, попал на вечеринку и в бар.
I think the most amazing thing, which we all agree on, I think, maybe not, but like be able to travel around different cities and different countries doing what we do. It's amazing, really. It turns out we're all kind of pretty similar. I don't meet many bad people. Everyone seems to be on the same page.
И самое удивительное вообще это то, что мы просто путешествуем по городам, по странам, делаем то, что нам нравится. Это то, что делает нас, музыкантов, такими удивительными.
Что ж, здорово, что вы хорошо проводите время в Москве. И в этом году у вас вышел второй альбом. И я слышал, что его запись не была для вас простой. Могли бы вы рассказать об этом побольше?
So it's good to hear that you are having great time in Moscow here, and I've heard also that you are releasing this year your second album, and I've also heard that it wasn't so easy for you to release this album. Can you tell us more about the history, how you were making it, about your album?
Yeah. I don't know. Elliot, do you want to? Oh yeah, well I suppose that it was, we didn't think there'd be a second record, and it was just a little bit tricky. And I suppose the whole theme of the record became about the struggle to try and get to do a second record, really. It was just a little bit tricky along the way and got a bit lost.
Ну, то есть сначала мы не предполагали, что это будет наш второй альбом, начали что-то делать. Да, было сложновато, но поэтому решили все-таки как это закончить.
I think when you're in the eye of the storm, it's kind of slightly, you feel different, but now it's kind of past. It's all, the whole picture's kind of complete, really.
Это, знаете, можно сравнить, когда ты находишься в эпицентре урагана, все выглядит немножко по-другому. А когда уже все проходит, все заканчивается, то у тебя уже совсем другие впечатления.
Вашу эту пластинку довольно высоко оценили критики, и Pitchfork, NME, и другие издания. Насколько для вас важна оценка критиков?
So, your album was highly appreciated by different critics, and is it important for you, and how do you feel it?
Well, I think it's only important when they're good, you know. When you get bad ones, you say they're not important, and when you get good ones, you say they are.
Очень хорошо, когда критика тоже хорошо отзывается, потому что когда плохо отзывается, то это уже не важно.
It's a little bit like an autopsy, you know, when someone dies, they get the body and they do an autopsy, but by which point the thing's dead anyway, so... But it's always nice to have a good one.
Да, это, знаете, как на похоронах говорят, что либо никак, либо хорошо о покойном.
А вообще, что в нашем... Что на сегодняшнем медиаполе самое важное? Это телевидение. Что больше всего влияет на успех? Это телевидение, радио, может быть, критики или, может быть, все же интернет и соцсети, как вам кажется?
So talking about media sphere, what is the most important factor of success? Is it TV? Is it internet? Critics? Maybe some media sources?
I think it's how it feels. All of that stuff helps make it easier to do, to get to move around and to have your work promoted and publicized, but it's
To Moscow.
Yeah, and to get here to a wonderful place like this.
I did have that today, thinking like all the gigs you do up until that, to get to here, you know, all the gigs to get to play in front of some lovely people.
Yeah.
В общем, я думаю, что все из вышеперечисленного по-своему помогает как-то продвигать нашу музыку, наши песни. Вот, и, соответственно, то, что мы сюда попали, это тоже очень хорошо нам помогает.
Вас несколько лет включали в списки новых британских рок-групп, главных новых героев британского рока. Насколько это важно для вас и как вы к этому относитесь?
So for several years you were in top British rock groups. So how do you feel about this?
Can you repeat the question, please?
For several years you've been in top of British rock groups. You've been listed as top British.
I was not aware of that. Were you aware of that?
Я этого не знал.
I don't know if that's a fact.
Я этого тоже не знал.
It feels good to be part. I mean, there's a lot of great British bands at the moment, and
Но на самом деле
it feels
сейчас
good to be part
очень
of that.
много хороших британских групп.
Кого-то еще вы могли бы посоветовать из новой волны британского рока? Кого бы стоило послушать, кроме вас?
And can you name any other British band worth listening to besides of your band, of course?
Fontaine's DC album's really good.
But they're Irish.
They're Irish, so they might be a bit offended by that, but
Fountains DC очень хороши, они как раз здесь выступают.
I saw Kate Le Bon the other day. She's Welsh, but we all went to the gig in London. We had one day off, and it was like they call it a busman's holiday, going to see a gig when you do gigs. But we love our music, and we saw Kate Le Bon, and she was incredible. Real beautiful girl band, another Irish band. There's lots of good music out there.
The Roves.
The Roves, yeah, Friends band.
Я хотел бы задать последний вопрос и затем передать слово зрителям. Последний вопрос будет таким. Как вам кажется, что нужно сделать фестивалю «Боль», чтобы превратиться в что-то похожее на Glastonbury?
So the last one question: what our Ball Fest needs to do to be more similar to Glastonbury Fest?
I think the thing what's amazing about Glastonbury is it is just Glastonbury. It couldn't happen anywhere else. And I think, like you were saying about aspirations of music, I think our aspiration was to be ourselves and to be able to just do what we wanted to do, and it come from an honest place. And I think if a festival can do the same, and it's never going to be Glastonbury. There's only one Glastonbury. And that's why it's unique, and this could be unique, and maybe is, you know, I don't know too much about it, and I think that's most important. You don't want to be like anyone else. We don't want to be like any other band. I don't want to sing like no one else. We don't want to play like anyone else. We just want to be able to be in a privileged position where we can express ourselves and be ourselves, and I think that's a good place to be, I think, and I think it's great doing.
It goes, guilty! Sit in the dark and ponder how I'm fit to make the bottom fall to the floor, and they all